I love the whole political parties like actually fighting the fuck out of each other. Like that to me shows that there's some fucking care that is going into what they're doing, at least. You know, I know it's like physical violence, but at least there's like there's somewhat of like there's some care there that they're willing to like get into a fight. There's, to be honest, there was quite a lot of fights that have happened in various different countries. Georgia, I think there might have been a Georgian one. There's like, if you type in government fights into YouTube, you get like a whole host of highlights. Brawl in Ukraine. I think this is the one I saw. The right hand to his face, man. Oh, there's more. Oh, he's going again. Oh. He's just like, I'm standing up to warn you, and then fuck it, clean right hand to the face. I'm not saying it's appropriate at all, obviously. But as an entertaining aspect, it's just the fact they're meant to be like professional. And there's something quite funny about being in that such a professional filmed environment and then deciding to just, when you don't agree with someone, just to knock someone out. There's something about that. It's too funny to me. It's just too funny that it comes to that conclusion.
Matej,
Opposition MPs had placed a mock-up picture of Mr. Kurtzy with a Pinocchio nose on his podium. It's so childlike. It's so fucking childlike as well. That's why it makes it even more funnier. It's so childlike. And these people are meant to be running a fucking country. Oh my god, right, okay. There's so much to dissect. I know we're going on a trend now with Paul's Media Show, but now we've gone down a rabbit hole. Hello, YouTube. We've gone down a rabbit hole, right? The fact that this guy just comes out of nowhere and throws a bottle at him. Just... I just find it so funny. I don't know why. I just find it so funny. Notice on the right-hand side, this guy then brings a weapon. Where is he? This guy, he's bringing an umbrella. He's got an umbrella to the fight. But this all started with a picture of him with a Pinocchio nose. I also love, and I don't know if this is a reason why, but I also love there's a huge gap in the middle, but I don't know if that's just to keep them apart because this happens a lot.
Yes, Honorable Johnson. Pongwana. Honorable Matsuku. Honorable Mshongo.
Start singing, why not? They don't like the singing. They're not happy about the singing. Here we go. It's kicking off. Water bottles are being thrown again. There's a lot being thrown, Jesus. I'm gonna guess they were protesting, or they were one party in particular, because they're all wearing the same clothes. They're all wearing red. And then they started singing. So I'm going to assume that they were protesting, or they were part of one particular party or something. I don't know. I like not knowing the context of it. I like just kind of figuring out for ourselves, like, why do you think these guys are having a bad day, or like having a fight, you know? For a second day in a row on Friday. And it was a Friday. The brawl broke out during a debate about infrastructure spending. Imagine getting so pissed off about infrastructure spending that you decide to beat the shit out of the other guy on the opposition party. I don't know if it's a good change. I don't know the context. I don't know any of it. I don't know any of the backstory. But it just a face value out of context. I'd watch a political discussion if it was the norm, better than WWE. You know what? I would watch this more than WWE if this was on every single week, you know? I know it only happens on occasions, but if someone said to me, hey, are you watching like the Taiwanese government debate happening tonight? I'd be like, yeah. Oh, it's going to be a great fight, isn't it? I'd be like, yeah. I can't fucking wait to watch the Taiwanese debate about infrastructure spending, I bet it's going to fucking kick off. If that was the norm, then I think we'll, you know, it'd be a pretty fun time. I think it's actually better not to have an actual ring in there. Make it just so they have the things around them, like the chairs and the water bottles and stuff. Keep it as it is, because I think it adds to the funniness of it a little bit. And just have them brawl out in the environment that they're in, because that's part of the funniness of it, is that they're meant to be professional. They're in a professional environment with cameras on them. It's more funnier when they just fucking brawl out when there's all that going on, rather than have it like predetermined. There's a ring in there if you need to like sort things out, kind of thing. The empty space in the middle, exchange for a wrestling ring. I think I prefer it like just having it like as it is, though, because if you have a wrestling ring, it makes it so that you're expecting it, and because you're expecting it, I think that the suddenness of it and the kind of spontaneous nature of it gets ruined a little bit. A cage will be quite fun. I think a cage might be fun. I think what they should have, right, is if a fight breaks out, then a cage gets lowered from the ceiling and it gets brought down into the middle and it can be used. So there's someone like in the control booth, I don't know, in one of these like government buildings. There's someone in the control booth with like a couple of buttons. And then if a fight breaks out, they can press a button to like activate stuff. Kind of like in Robot Wars, they can activate like trapdoors and activate like cages full and like, oh look, some water bottles have been raised up from the ground and are now sitting on a table. Or, you know, not some dangerous weapons, obviously, but just some fun weapons. I don't know, like some cushions. It's kind of like when you watch hockey. When you watch like hockey, they're there to play a game of hockey. But then when they go to fight, the referees are kind of like backing off and like, okay, sort it out between you both. If a fight's going to break out, everyone just kind of sits back. Well, you can have people try break it up. I think it's quite funny if they do. You can have people sit back and let it fight out, but also activate some extra props to make it a bit more funny. Boris clothesline an opponent? Boris wouldn't fucking... Oh, no, Boris has clothesline. Boris has tackled a child before. Do you know about that? Boris Johnson? He tackled a fucking child while playing rugby. Like, for a charity game or something. He decked a child on the floor. I've seen this one with the guy with the flowers. I can't remember, and I don't know why. I think I read up on it, but I don't know why the guy got the flowers. I think it was something to do with like a resignation or something, and he was like giving him his flowers, like as in like you're leaving now, fuck off, kind of thing. Not only that, but lifting him up by the gooch area. Like, he does not want to leave, so this man has given him some... Like, out of context, this man has given him some flowers and trying to grab his rectum. Like, that's a weird situation in and of itself. It's the fact that the fucking reach around to go around the back of his anus, and then his hand to be in that area as well. That's the only way he can disarm this man. I mean, he's already armed the man with flowers, but the only way he can get this man out is by going around the gooch area and then grabbing on the front. I love it. I mean, the House of Commons in the UK it would be quite a good arena because you've got raised seats on each side. And then in the middle, you've kind of got like a podium and stuff. And there's actually like weapons you could probably use in the middle. You could powerbomb. There's like a table in the middle where the two opposition and the Prime Minister go up to. You could probably use the UK Parliament one like as a good arena. It's quite tucked in, though. Everyone's quite tucked in the UK one because it's quite old. Our former defense minister carried a concealed gun. Jesus. He was an ex-military and had the proper papers, but he carried a concealed gun into our parliament. Oh, carrying a concealed gun is an interesting tactic. Like, you would think, like, okay, fair enough, he's got the papers for it, but why did he have to bring it to parliament? Just in case? Like, was it just in case he needed to pull it out? You know, get the Glock out, and if he needed to pull it out at one point, just to threaten someone, maybe? If he wasn't going to get past, like, a policy he was trying to pass through? I mean, he's technically the defense minister, so maybe carrying a gun makes sense in some shape or form. part of me is like, oh, I'm missing out here. You know, I'm really missing out on the WWE style entertainment that other governments and parliaments are going through. And while it's not good to promote violence and you know, fights in general, it does add a layer of entertainment and watchability to the political landscape. And I think I would be more interested in politics if it was going on, because then I'll be weighing up my options thinking, well, he's been spatting some real shit the last couple of weeks. I bet he's going to get knocked out. Instead of us going around most of the country and going, well, I hate politicians and they're assholes, we could at least take some sort of an interest in knowing who's going to knock someone out during a certain week, and if there's going to be a main event clash between them, especially when they're on certain topics. And that way we can educate ourselves through the political system.